wild. Just go crazy and ask me anything. And hopefully I will be able to answer it for you. All we need is Mr. Cube. So to fill the backstory in on Mr. Cube had an incredible sexual experience recently that he told us about on the live stream, and everybody seemed to enjoy it. Especially focusing on details. So if Mr. Cube comes on, we'll hear more about his exploits. So someone named LG, younger women prefer a iron for stability, while older women, hold on a second here, it's craziness. Now what's going on with this thing? All right. Let me go back here. All right. Younger women prefer a EN for stability, while older women want maturity. Okay, I'm not sure what the question is or what the statement is. Oh, well, man. Younger women prefer a man for stability, while older women want maturity. Okay, I guess, kind of. I don't know. Elliot, shame that you don't come on for 90 minutes. Oh, my God, Elliot. 90 minutes. Hi, Zachary. Thank you about the dog. I love my dogs. And Mr. Pirate Brain, you're talking about what I'm watching too, which is Mr. Comey. We are in deep trouble, and that's why I thought, well, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about relationships. Let's talk about things that they wouldn't be talking about right now with Mr. Comey. Men who like cougars have mommy issues myth. Cokie. I don't think that's true. I do not think I think it maybe is more true with younger women who want older men because they want older men to take care of them, maybe that their dad didn't financially and emotionally, but I think it's pretty much very different why younger guys prefer older women. I don't think of it as a mommy issue. As a matter of fact, if anything, I would think that if you had mommy problems, you wouldn't probably want to be with an older woman. I think it's more about excitement, experience, confidence, independence, those kind of things which attract the younger guy to an older woman. But that's just my thoughts, Koki. What are some of the other people's on this thoughts about why younger men would go after older women? Comey or corny? Okay, hi, Bryson. Let's see. Never want to spell it. Okay, hi, Ram. A.S. Rose, Ariel, okay. Karen is a freak. I'm a freak. Are you a cam girl? No, I'm not a cam girl. As a matter of fact, I got asked today, someone will pay me $1,000 for a nude sex tape. I think I need to explain that that's like the last thing that I do. I do not use my body in that way. I feel like I have a lot more to offer. Speaking about sex and dating and relationships, and I have a master's degree in social work, and I have a lot of life experience that I can talk about it openly with people, and I don't really feel the need to be a sex object, but I have no problem with women who want to be. It's just not for me. Mr. Pirate Brain says, I don't believe older women want maturity because they wouldn't want younger men. That's what I was thinking too. That's kind of what I'm thinking. If they wanted younger men, they wouldn't be going for maturity. It's kind of, they kind of work hand in hand. Violetta, how do you improve your sex life? How do you tell your partner that you want to try new things and what men prefer? Okay, so Violetta, I'm assuming that you're a woman, but maybe you're not. So I guess it doesn't really matter. If you want to improve your sex life, the most important thing to do is to talk. I mean, if you don't communicate and you don't express yourself, nothing's going to work. As a matter of fact, I just saw a TED Talk, and the woman was talking about what is the biggest reason for lack of sex in a relationship, and it's marriage. Uh, so what happens is, unfortunately, it's called the Coolidge effect. The Coolidge effect is when you are with the same person, and it had a basis with rats, that they took a male rat and they put him in a cage with a female rat, and they had sex for like a month straight. And then the male rat, this is focusing more on the male, lost interest, and they put a new female rat in, and he had sex with her for a month, and then he got bored with her. But if you put a new female rat in every single day, the rat would continue to have sex every day with a different partner. So that being said, if you want to improve your sex life, start with the communication, but you're really going to want to do things that spice it up, mix it up, do things that are different, so that even if you're the same person, you can role play that you're somebody else. The most important thing is to just keep away from letting it get stale, because I think that is why people do end up wanting to have sex with other people. Not necessarily acting on it, but wanting to. So that would be my suggestion. I just say change it up. 2 streams ago, Hurt Locker, how we usually come here for advice, but we just end up getting it from each other with the advice, along with the advice from Karen. It is true that everybody seems to, in this stream, which I love. I call you guys my crew, KREW. But yes, it seems like in this stream that people talk to each other and support each other. Even there was a week ago when someone's grandparent died, and everybody was very supportive to that person, and supportive to people that are in the military, supportive to people that are having a hard time in their life. So I love that, Hurt Locker. Thank you for bringing that up. And if you're just new joining, and if you've been here for a while, you know the drill. You need to give a thumbs up on this video, even if you're watching it later. So make sure that you give a thumbs up. And if you haven't had a chance to look at my Patreon page, please do so. I actually got 2 new patrons. One new patron and one upped a pledge on Patreon. Thank you to Paul for upping his pledge. And thank you to Damon for joining my patron. It makes my day. Every morning I wake up and Patreon says, "Oh, you have a new patron?" Oh my God, it makes me have a great day. So if you guys are watching this now or later and you want to check out my Patreon page, I just put the link here on YouTube, and check it out. And if you haven't joined Patreon, join. Okay, so here comes Fozzie with the the penis size question. And I should have, unfortunately, I left Petcock Willie back in LA in a storage locker. But if I had the room in my car, I would have brought Petcock Willie, just because that's the question that I usually bring him out on. The biggest penis that I've ever had. I've had all sizes. So I didn't take out a ruler and measure, but it was not small. The older women I've dated were more turned on, but the conversation then, I think LG, you're trying to say the older women you've dated was turned on, but the conversation about my bank account. I'm not sure what the question is or the statement is. Are you saying, LG, that the older women were interested in your bank account? Or were you interested in her bank account? Or what exactly were you saying? Karen, you may talk about sex, for example, golden showers in Russia. Oh boy. Okay, what kind of sex do I like, Amit? What kind of sex? I like sex where the partner is fully engaged in pleasing me. I hope that makes sense. And I've talked about that a lot. I brought up the book She Comes First, and I suggest that you guys read it. Again, I'll put the link in the description box below. It's written by a man, and his name is Ian. I'll put the link in the box below. But anyway, he wrote a book about why it's important. He's a sexologist and a doctor, and why it's important for you to make the woman come first. Ram, why I habit hand sex every day. Without this, I can't sleep. You can't sleep unless you masturbate every day, Ram. It's normal. Absolutely normal. I mean, especially if you're younger, your age is going to dictate that you need to ejaculate every day. So what? And that when you ejaculate, you sleep really well. So it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. Everybody does it. Women do it too. And so what? Don't feel bad. If you're asking a question about if that's normal, yes. Mr. Pyrobrand said she doesn't want to be a freak, but she can't help herself. I'm a freaky girl. Okay. Zach, do women like big dicks? Every girl I've been with says I have the biggest dicks they've seen. Sometimes they say they're scared of it. And again, I talk about this too. A lot of guys think that all women want is big dicks. And there are some women that are size queens, but majority of them don't want to be scared of a very large penis. And if you have one, there's ways that you can go slowly and gently so that you don't hurt her. But I don't know that there's women out there that necessarily crave that. They might not want really, really tiny, but they don't want really, really big either. So I think, it's a continuum, and most people form, if you have an average dick, most women are going to be totally satisfied with that. Again, it's much more important as you focus on her than worrying about what your dick size is, because it's a very small aspect to the whole erotic experience. Hurt Locker said, hey, Zach, I think it's called a big penis fetish because women get thrills from it. Yeah, I don't know that all women get thrills from it, but some women might. Let's see, LG, if feminists really cared about women's rights, why aren't they in Saudi Arabia? I don't know why you'd write that question. Are you writing that feminists don't care about women's rights? And do you think it's easy to go to Saudi Arabia and risk your life to try to change over the people in Saudi Arabia to your way of thinking? So my guess is that that statement is rooted in anti-feminism. Whatever. Obviously, I'm a feminist. Hurt Locker, yeah, but Zach is talking to Hurt Locker, but they say they are scared sometimes, haha. And you can, and I talk about that too. It could get scary. Let's see. Plus, if they say they're scared on account of they don't want to get hurt by it, exactly right. Military are for morons. Okay, I'm not exactly sure where this is going, but okay. Mr. Pyrobrain, this is a self-help support group. Yes, it is. Mr. Pyrobrain hit the head on the nail with that one. Oh, listen to you guys supporting each other. Violetta, you just need to talk. Ask him what kind of fantasies he has. A.S. Rose is answering Violetta's question about what she can do to get her husband or partner more into sex. I'm opening the forum up to have anybody else give suggestions to her. I'm assuming she's a female, but she might be a male, because I don't know. Sometimes people use, opposite genders' names. So whatever your name is, Violetta, whatever your sex preference is, and it really doesn't matter. The most important thing is communicating and hopefully that person will be open to trying new stuff. Hi, David. How are you? Let's see. Was that enormous penis fulfilling? Mr. Pyroprint wants to know. Is sperm poison to men, therefore they have to get out? I'm not sure what that meant. David said, I masturbate sometimes 3 times in one day. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not getting addicted to the porn aspect, now that's the dilemma, because are you masturbating because you're getting overstimulated by porn? And then you got to really be careful, and we can talk about that, talk about how porn is very addicting to some people, especially ones who have compulsive disorders. Like a lot of people are just really obsessive compulsive. They overeat, they overdrink, they oversmoke, they overgamble, and again, you can get very much addicted to porn that way. So just be careful. It's just my little FYI. Be careful about too much porn. Feminists are hypocrites. LG, come on. I would love it if you would explain to me why you think feminists are hypocrites. Tiffany said hello. Hi, Tiffany. I'm so happy to see women on the stream. Finally, yay. So happy. Violetta, yes, I'm a woman. Yay. How I show value to men, I can see some red flags come from my partner, and I can't express myself naturally. I am a kind of overthinking person. Don't pathologize yourself and say there's something wrong with you. If you feel there's red flags and And if you feel like you are an overthinking person, there's probably reason that you think that way. If there's some examples that we could talk about it, bring them up here. Because I think that you're probably, if people feel like their inner gut is telling them something, you have to listen to it. I'm a big believer in following your inner intuition. And I know most of you guys on here, guys and girls, know what I'm talking about when I say that inside you have your own gut, and that's what I would follow more than anything. Don't let anybody else tell you what to think or what to feel or what to do, or that you're wrong in your thinking, because if you feel something, then it's true. That's all I can say. I can't tell you what to think or feel, but if you feel it's true, then it's true. I like the guy to slow down, touch me all over, and take his fucking time. So A.S. Rose, you're a woman. Or you're a guy. It's gay. I don't know. But I agree with you, A.S. Rose, 100%, that unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately. Here's the big problem. Okay, you got the women over here who like long, drawn-out sex. And I don't mean long in the sense of 10 days or out, but we like to have foreplay is essential. Take the time. There's all kinds of erogenous zones all over your body, right? Men don't realize that. They just like go, okay, nipple, vagina as nipple, pussy. That's what Derek Pierce, a porn star friend of mine, said. He's like, that's the biggest mistake men make. Nipple, pussy, that's all they focus on. And he said, tease the shit out of women. Do everything but the nipples. Do everything but the pussy. And you'll be so much happier. And you can see his videos on my, if you search Derek Pierce, porn star, he knows how to please a woman. And based on, I could tell by his discussion. I have never had sex with him, but I could tell you by his discussion, he knows how to please a woman. And I think the most important thing is slow the fuck down. And I know Nina Hartley, another porn star, would tell you the same thing. Hey, Tiffany, you are beautiful. Joseph, how you doing? Rose, you want the moment to last. A.S. Rose, you want the moment to last, right? Absolutely. The moment should be moments. And communication. Communication is key. Bryson, why do some women tend to judge a man if he is silent or loud during sex? Why do you think they judge him, or they're just maybe mentioning it? I don't know that it really makes a difference if you're silent or loud. Some women love when you talk dirty. Some women don't love it. Some guys love it. Some guys don't. So, a lot, also that can change with the comfort level that you have. It's like, and once you're with a certain partner for a while, you might want to try talking dirty, whereas maybe at the beginning you didn't, or vice versa. David, you are addicted to porn. So if you know you're addicted to porn, try, I've talked about this too, the 21-day masturbation challenge, to try to get off of it. But the most important thing is, I would say at this point, just try going one day at a time, like any other compulsion. Stop today. Just try not watching porn one day. See how long you can go without watching it. You're going to be so much happier in your life. You'll probably focus more on establishing relationships with real women if you don't masturbate to porn. I'm not saying don't masturbate. I'm just saying don't masturbate to porn. You can have any thoughts you want, and you can read books even. Even magazines would be better than watching porn, because what happens with porn is that you watch one act, say you're watching a guy and a girl, and it's really turning you on, and then it gets boring. Then you're like, oh, maybe I should watch two girls and a guy. Oh, that's getting boring. Now maybe I should watch someone sticking a baseball bat up a girl's vagina. And it gets to be out of control. And you start getting into all kinds of deviant sex that is not normal, because they're going to put everything out there just to sell sex. They're going to, anybody producing porn is trying to make money, and they're going to do things just, they're doing a lot of weird incestual sex now, and some of that stuff is really going to mess with your chemistry in your mind. Your brain gets stimulated to a certain extent, and you're trying to get that same action going, and how is any one woman going to get the same kind of stimulation as when you're watching a whole gangbang or something like that? It's not going to happen, and that's the problem, I think. And I've talked to doctors that are urologists, and I've talked to other professionals in the business that all say the same thing. It is a very, very scary thing. No one really talks about it. People all watch it, and I'm not saying I don't watch it. I do watch it, and I do watch it with my boyfriend, but not to any kind of extreme. And that's what you guys have to really be careful about. And sorry to go off on this crazy tangent, but I'm really concerned about it. Do you like femdom and BDSM sex? Amit. I mean, it's not that I like or don't like. I'm not as extreme as a lot of people are when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm not really that into getting hurt. It doesn't turn me on. If some women like it or some men like it, that's great. Just doesn't really do something for me like that. AS Rose, hurt, yes, and I need more time to get turned on. You don't need more time, AS Rose. Most women need a lot of time. I mean, it's really a disparity. Men can get turned on by looking at a girl walk naked across a room. Girls get turned on after it could take 45 minutes to have an orgasm. So it is what it is. Take your sweet time. There's no hurry. Think about it. Wouldn't you rather spend an hour making love than an hour watching video games and eating and drinking and passing out on the couch? Just saying. It's a lot better exercise too. Selvy Dad, went out with a girl last night, tried to have sex and did lots of foreplay with her, but lost my erection when I tried to penetrate her. I feel bad about it. Selvy Dad, you're 43, but I have people I talk to that are 22 and have the exact same problem. The first time you have sex with someone is so difficult mentally. There's so many different variables that go into getting an erection and keeping it hard, and it's so common to lose an erection. It happened to me so many times with different guys that I've been with. Don't worry about it. Don't feel bad about it. Hopefully you'll be able to be with this girl again and again and again, and believe me, after a while you will not have any problems. If you do, get some Viagra, but don't worry about it. Don't make it a thing. Don't make it like I'm now impotent. You're not. 43, you're normal. It's super normal. Hope that helps, Selvy. And anybody else on this, please let Selvy know that is very normal. Let's see, David's 46. Okay. But David, how long have you been watching porn? Hurt Locker, you're 18 going on 19. I'm the youngest here. Good grief. Yeah, but you got some great insight, Hurt Locker. I would love to know how you learned all your great thoughts. AS Rose, Karen, I'm a cougar, loving your cougar book. Oh, so will you do me a favor, AS Rose? I would love it if you would write a review on Amazon. Those reviews really help my book exposure. And I'm so glad that you're a cougar, and I'm sure you're my type of cougar, which is not the prowling type, but more the confident, older, unique, genuine, assertive, and racy woman cougar. I know it's not easy, David, to give up that porn, but you got to try just one day at a time. Bryson, I know you're a youngster too. You're 26. Let's see. I think men like screamers, but women don't. I don't know. If you are in a setting where screaming is not going to work, then you can't scream. But I don't know that you can generalize that all men like one thing or another. Some women like moaners. Some men like moaners. Some women like total quiet and go into their fantasy world. Who knows? I think, and that can all change. Again, that's going to help sex to start figuring out what you like and what you don't like, and playing around with different types of verbalization during sex. And Hurt Locker doesn't know what Mr. Pirate Brain means. Let's see. Baseball bat. Ew. Yeah, it is sickening, some of these things that they put out there. Mr. Pirate Brain says, what about prostitutes or porn stars? Doesn't their profession make it hard for them to have a relationship with one man, such as a porn for men? Prostitutes and porn stars, for sure. Yes. I do know prostitutes that are married, and I know porn stars that are married. The difference is they have been able to come to terms with this is their profession. They think of sex as completely separate from relationships, and it's and I'm not saying that there aren't plenty of common laymen that are also able to have sex and not think of it as anything more than just sex. So it is difficult to have monogamous sex if you're a prostitute or a porn star, considering that's your job. Like I said, everyone is different, but I think it's difficult to be able to separate sex and love. I've always talked about that. It is a lot, especially for some women. I hate to say women tend to get more emotionally involved than guys, but I know plenty of guys that are pretty emotional involved too. So you can't really generalize, and you got to just go with whatever works for you. Let's see. Usually the more mistakes, you learn from your mistakes, Hurt Locker, and that's how you learned a lot. That's awesome. I agree that you learn more from your, you have more success from your failures, from your mistakes. No, you learn more from your failures than your success. That's what it is. Let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm going to be having to end soon. I'm trying to get to everybody real quickly. David, I've been watching porn for a long time, and I also masturbate of a picture of naked and semi-naked women that I have on my Android phone. Okay. I mean, do what you need to do. If you feel you have a problem with it, I suggest going cold turkey. I really, really suggest going cold turkey. Try it. See if you can last one day. If you can't last one day, you might have a problem. Is use of CB 6000 chastity is useful to stop masturbation? I don't think you should use a chastity whatever to stop masturbation. I think you really have to make a conscious effort to be in control of your body and focus on trying to figure out what your goals are. Write down your goals. Is your goal to stop masturbating? Then stop masturbating and start by unplugging your phone. Do things to set up roadblocks for yourself. Give somebody your computer for a day or so. If you have to set up parent controls on your phone, do it. Do whatever you need to do to stop masturbating. A.S. Rose says your boyfriend says you're a squealer. Okay. Sex is designed to keep focus on the relationships. Oh. That's what your thoughts are, huh, Mr. Piperbrain? Okay. And why do you say that? I wonder. Okay. Damn, I just saw you invite Brendan. Welcome. All right. Listen, guys. I need to go. I'm going to be interviewed on Facebook Live. Let's see. I don't even know how I can show you where to go. Denise Dominguez. Here, Denise Dominguez. I'm going to be this. It's all about women's issues and empowerment. I talk a lot about my theories about cougars and things like that. So I'm going to do this Facebook Live right now. If you want to see more of me, make sure that you give a thumbs up here, and make sure that you also subscribe. Obviously, put the notifications on, and you'll know when I'm on again. And goodbye to everyone. I don't know why sometimes the notifications work and don't, but hey, it's YouTube. What can I say? Again, if you haven't already subscribed on my Patreon page, please do it. The link is in the description box. Patreon is a way that you can support me so that I can continue to make these live streams and you guys can get free advice. So it'd be very nice if you could join me on Patreon. I get very excited and I give shout outs all the time when I get new patrons. So I'm real excited about that. I got 2 today, both Paul upping his pledge and Damon. So bye-bye for now. I love you guys, and I will see you hopefully next time. Probably tomorrow, if I'm on. Okay, that's it. Bye-bye.